Hey, welcome to Tim's Workshop. Out here in the mini shed, we're going to continue on with this 1954 Elgin 2-horse Sears and Roebuck outboard motor. Last video we tried to get it started. It wouldn't start. It has spark. So now we're moving on to the carburetor. I think it's clogged. One thing I did that I didn't tell you on the last video is I took the spark plug out and checked the electrode on it, and it was completely bone dry. So that tells me the fuel is just not getting into the chamber. It's clogged up somewhere in here. So let's get going on getting this carburetor off of here and putting it on my little work surface over here, and we'll take it apart like we did the last carburetor. Hey, if you like the video, please subscribe, leave comments, hit the notification bell. If you like, give me a like, hit the old hand thing, and let your friends and family, and your doggies too, know about Tim's Workshop on my YouTube. Alright, let's get going. Close the vent off, but we need to pinch this off to keep the fuel from running out. Closed it off better putting it on the back hose instead of the front hose. So let's get this off of here. We've got two nuts here, 7/16. Okay. Now this side, put that over in the tray so I don't lose it. Okay. And then we'll get this one on this side. Alright, we got it. Get a paper towel ready here. Take this glass bowl off of here. It's leaking anyway. Gasket that's no good. The screen off of here. There we go. Okay. Ready to start taking it apart. I had to put a new battery in my microphone. It went dead. This one jet inside there, which is actually the Venturi needle that goes all the way through, I can't get it out. It started to strip on me. And that happens a lot on these old carburetors, and once they start doing that, just stop, just run wires through it and spray it and hope for the best. Now the Welch plug, I'm not taking it out either, because I can get access from this side by running a wire into these holes, right? And then put some spray in there and just see if it drains into it, and if it's draining into it, we're good. Like I said, this isn't a full rebuild. This is just seeing if we can get it run. And this needle, it's got some wear on it. I don't know if it's that good or not. The other ones are okay. Those needles look good. The high and low speed adjustment. And the float didn't have any fuel in it, so that's good. No holes in it. So we're going to go through these holes on this and clean them out and use a wire on it, put it back together, and hopefully we'll get this motor running. I got everything cleaned, so it's time to put everything back in this thing. Start with this one first. Cap back on top. Okay. Got that on. Just cap back on. Okay, that's good to go. All right, so let's put this bowl back on. Okay, so tighten this up. Okay, that's good and tight. Get this one screwed down. Make sure that's all the way closed, okay? Then tighten this one down. Okay, back that off. Tighten this down. Half full. So we'll go with that. Another half. So turn on a half. Put the screen back in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make another gasket for the bowl. Oh, gotta put this in. That goes down here. Okay, and then half, full, half. Okay, so we're going to try to start this again. This bowl on the front is leaking like a sieve, so we're just going to try to start it anyway. Open the vent. It's on start. Open the fuel. Make sure the choke is on. Fuel on. See if it'll start. It did. It's starting. Shut the choke off. See if it'll start. Yay! Cool. All right, well, there was something clogged in that carburetor. I don't know what, but it runs. I gotta get whatever I need to get this fuel bowl to stop leaking. I made a gasket. I thought that would work. It didn't. Maybe it wasn't thick enough. So I'm gonna see if I can get a cork gasket for this thing, the right size, thicker, and see if I can get that leak stopped. Meantime, it runs, and it runs good. So what we're going to do now is put everything together, fix that fin. Going to weld this guy on. Continuing on with the motor here, I'm going to get the screws back in here. Okay, now let's get this thing lubed up. Oh no! Ay, 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 really? I had this torqued down, but you got to have this on first. I was wondering why this bolt only had a lock washer, and now I know why. Anyway, this is supposed to go on first. Then you put the balls in here, and then you put the pull start after you get the gas tank on. So. Okay, so now get these balls in there, clean this out. Wipe this down. Get this kind of lined up. Okay. That's kind of tricky. So there's a ridge on the inside there. So you let the balls kind of sit there on the ridge, but in the slot that it's supposed to be in, right? It doesn't go all the way up into the thing. What forces that up is when you churn it. And then when you stop, those balls need to come back down to that ridge. That's why it needs, you can't have grease on it. So when you put this on, being those balls are down on the ridge, you want to have this down and just start pulling slowly with the pull start, and it'll pop down into place and the balls will be in the right spot. Hopefully. I think that's how it works. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah. Okay, you kind of have to go back and then pull it. You can't just keep pulling like that because it'll go out to about here. So what you want to do is pull it, let it retract, and then pull it. Pull it a little ways out, let it retract, pull it again. So that's how it works, and it works. Pull start's on there now. It does work. It's easier to pull now. That was my main goal, is to make sure the thing was clean. It's the fuel bowl time. And what we're going to do with that, I got some cork material. I'm going to make an actual cork to replace the one cork that was no good on this thing. So let's get this off, and it's going to be messy. So there's that cork that's no good. So we'll get set up and we'll be ready. Well, that was one problem. I still had this gasket I made on there. So, but we'll try it with a hose hookup this time rather than having it on the motor. I want to make sure it doesn't leak before I put it back on again. This is the one I cut before, which was actually a gasket for a carburetor. The inside I didn't have to cut it. It was exactly the right diameter. It was the outside. I cut the two bolt hole ears off and made it round. And so I put this on there, right? And I made a gasket, a cork gasket. And there it is. It's on there now, okay? So now, and this is where the fuel comes into the bowl. I got that so it fits nice and snug all the way around the outside edge, and the inside is open enough that this fits between the edge and this piece here. And make sure when you put this on that you center the bowl as much as possible. Give it a fighting chance. What we're going to do is hook up the pump ball to this inlet for the fuel. We'll open up the valve. Make sure the fuel's inside the bowl. Have a clean rag here. Just make sure it's still firm and it's full and it's not leaking. And then we're good to go, hopefully. We'll see. So I got the pump hose hooked up. I had to use a smaller hose to hook up to the quarter barb here from a 5/16. So got that all hooked up and put the other end of the hose in the fuel tank. Open up the fuel. Now we're going to pump the ball. Okay, it's firm. Don't see it leaking. Maybe just a little bit. I see a little bit just sitting on this cap here, but I think that pretty much cured the leaking problem. So I think we're good. Let me pump it up some more. I saw it leak out a little bit from here. Just a little bit. Not much. So let's tighten it up a little bit more. Pump it up a little bit more. There we go. Leak is fixed. All right. Yay! Anyway, that wraps this video up. I'm not going to show you the rest of what I'm doing here, but yeah, it was a fun project. It was fun working on it, and got it running. It runs good. It'll make a good little kicker motor for him when he goes out fishing. So till next time, see ya.